Hello and welcome to Off the Shelf with Phil and Dave. The movie talk show where each week one of us takes a movie off our shelf, presents it to the other, and discusses it at length. This week we've got coming off Dave's shelf, 2015's Everest, starring Jason Clarke, Jake Gyllenhaal, directed by Baltasar Kormákur, and written by William Nicholson and Simon Beaufoy.
Very good, Philip. Very good.
David, welcome back to the couch.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, of course.
Pleasure is mostly mine.
How are you doing this week? And wait for it. Why this movie and why now?
I don't know what Punxsutawney Phil said about spring, so I don't know if we got 6 more weeks of winter.
He did see a shadow.
Did he? Because another version didn't. So
No.
who do you believe? The OG?
The prognosticator of prognosticators. That's who you believe.
You said that in that episode of Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
And I pretend like I knew what you meant. I don't know what a prognosticator is.
It's predictive. It's like a guy, the prognosis. You're like projecting. Yeah.
Prognosis negative.
That's right.
The predictor of predictors.
That's right.
Dumb it down for me, buddy.
There it is.
Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, so I wanted to, before we got to the thaw, sneak in one more cold one.
Nice.
Not beer-wise, just movie-wise.
Sure.
Before it possibly warms up. And I do want to preface this, because I now have a license to preface. I graduated with honors. I did not know this was based on a true story.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
so-
your wheelhouse. Well, that's her
It
wheelhouse,
can be.
I suppose.
It can be. It does change things in certain aspects, as we'll touch on throughout the film.
Okay. Of all the movies to choose from, why this one of the I needed a cold one? Why was it this one if you've never seen it before?
Geez, I don't know if I just...
You're not prepared for that.
Sometimes I go on the internet and say, give me a spring movie, give me a fall movie.
Okay.
I don't know if I did that. I don't remember where it popped up. I didn't see a preview of it, of anything. I've never heard of it.
You didn't go to your shelf and pull it off?
No, I didn't. No, it's been revealed that not all of these movies are on our shelf.
Fair.
Full disclosure. There's not enough space. Not enough space. Let's be honest.
That's right. You got to go under and down under to get.
If we did movies that were just on our shelves, we're doing a Bruce Willis every third week. And we don't want that.
No.
That's not good for anyone,
Nobody's happy.
especially you.
And I'm none less happy than me in that instance.
And
for
your
sure.
happiness matters to me.
I appreciate that.
Not a lot,
No, I wouldn't expect that.
but some.
I'll take it.
Now give me your history, please, with this movie.
My history goes back to when you said this is the movie we're going to watch this week.
I figured as much.
I don't want to say I never heard of it. I may have at some point. Certainly have heard of The Mountain.
That's good.
But was certainly not something that I would have sought in 2015 and not sought since. So having you pick it was... I kind of rolled my eyes, I got to be honest, when it was revealed to me that this was the movie of choice this week.
I imagine that happens about 70% of the time.
Certainly,
so.
but some of the stuff you suggest, I know. I'm like, oh, yeah.
You've pre-rolled the eyes.
I've pre-rolled. You're like, yeah, this is Dave, sure.
Yeah.
And I know this movie, and I don't want to know this movie kind of stuff. Whereas this one, I didn't really remember anything at all about it.
No trailer.
No trailer. I may have seen it. I mean, I was out of the video store by then, so like again, my intake was less so.
Your access.
Limited. Limited, exactly. So I just was sort of anticipating shit.
That's that's
right.
fair.
That's just the go-to.
That's fair. I can take it.
Because I didn't really know anything about it, I thought like, oh, this is like low budget action or something.
I did look up the IMDb score first, though.
Okay.
So
you do a little.
I did a little bit. I wasn't going to give you a 4.0.
Okay.
I was going to give you something above a 7.
I appreciate
And I've done that.
All right. I didn't know what to expect as a short version of this, and I have to tell you, I was so happy.
Wonderful.
And so much so that, I mean, this doesn't really ever happen, but it goes back to your true story thing, and we'll get to your take on the true story because you alluded to it earlier.
No rush.
But on my end, what the best things of a true story, I've told you before, I don't care.
No.
Meaning,
Factual.
it doesn't make any difference to me if it's a true story or it's a fiction,
Yeah.
or if they've amalgamated characters or they embellish certain things or whatever the case. But I will say that the best things about movies based on a true story is the good ones, or at least the ones that connect, open up the world to find out what the real story is. And this movie, without a doubt, did that. Since watching this movie a couple times for the podcast,
Okay.
I went and I watched the Everest IMAX documentary, the 45-minute IMAX shot that was concurrent with this accident,
Got you.
and watched Into Thin Air,
Yeah.
the TV movie with Christopher McDonald.
It's got some good actors in it.
Totally, absolutely.
Yeah.
Richard Jenkins is Beck. I read up
liked it.
as much of the Wikipedia that I could find. Like,
You're making me look bad here.
I
didn't do
went
a lot of that.
in
Yeah, you did.
on this, and
And you came out.
I think it tells me
Came out a better man.
that the things it did in the movie really delivered.
I didn't do all of that.
Of course not.
No, I did some. However, I did get a sense of it.
Okay.
I want that to be on record. I got a sense of it.
Dave got a sense.
Got a sense.
There it is. And what I really found interesting, and we'll get into this maybe a little later, but what I found interesting was that the elements of this movie that I would have pre-rolled my eyes or thought
Yeah.
tacked on for movie emotionality or
Good luck finding that.
manipulated or whatever, the idea that he says, if it was just a movie, I would say, yeah, of course the kid's going to be born in 6 weeks. Right? Like, of course you're going to add that element to add some drama.
Yeah.
And then it's like every record of this account from 4 books to 3 movies all has that is reality.
Yeah.
There's no way all
Yeah.
the stuff that happens with Beck. Like, that's such a...
Come on.
And then you're like,
yeah.
oh, wow, almost like beat for beat.
Yep.
It's so that part of it I find amazing
Impressive.
and impressive. That the things that in Magnolia, a movie that you know I love.
3 hours says so.
That's right. Check the archives. But there's a line in that movie, right? If I'd seen that in a movie, I wouldn't have believed it. And this is that. And yet, doing some research afterwards, I was like, oh shit. The things I would have thought were made up or fictionalized are not.
This feels pretty real. It felt like they stuck to a certain set of rules they made for themselves to how to tell the story, and it was successful in doing that. I don't necessarily love the movie,
Yeah.
but I like what they did with it.
Sure.
Generally speaking.
You got a sense.
Yeah, I got a very good sense. Lots of sense. I'm rich.
Rich with sense.
And I want to give everybody the general feeling about what this movie's about.
We going to Old Faithful?
We're going to Old Faithful. If not now, now. On May 10th, 1996, mountain guides Rob Hall and Scott Fisher combined their expedition teams for a final ascent to the summit of Mount Everest. With little warning, a storm strikes the mountain, and the climbers must now battle to survive.
That's what happens, but that's too long.
It is too long. You were worried about me saying it. I wasn't going to get through it. And I didn't, because I forgot to hit the more button. So I had to start over. But you'll never
The
know.
fact that there is a more button, I think, is causing some
Yeah, there's been
problems
a
with
couple
this one.
mores, and remember the one that was like one letter?
Yes.
Like,
Come
come
on.
on. What are we What are we doing here? Change the font size, for God's sakes. Make an exception. But there it is.
I mean, it is what happened, but it
yeah.
is a little less than exciting,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I don't put a lot of stock in it. I do it more so we're all on the same page. We all know what we're dealing with here.
Yes.
No surprises, other than maybe a few things that you say that might catch
That's
me off
right.
guard. You liking my movie?
Yeah.
I'm already thrown off.
You've had a couple already this year or late into last year where you've really upped your game.
I
I've waited
have.
5 long years for you to give me movies that I want to watch.
And you know what's really irritating is that you've had bigger bangers like Groundhog Day and American President. So even when I finally hit the what do you call it, the hot iron,
Yeah, sure.
whatever that saying
The hot
is,
iron, strike while the iron is hot.
that's what I'm
Sure.
doing. Yeah, I guess. And then you have come out with some of those yourself. So
It's a team effort.
yeah,
The listeners are really the winners here.
team effort, irritating. You pick, okay? Now, as the movie begins, I probably would have thought the production company was called Skipping Stone and Railroad Productions. Because you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Those
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm in.
Walden Media. Do you know the last Walden Media movie we watched?
No.
It's a kind of a faith-based.
Jesus' Son?
No. Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
We get a little bit of numbers on the screen.
Some dates?
We get some dates, some text, which we love so much. 1953 is when people kind of started doing this thing.
Was when it was summited for the first
Yes,
time.
summited for the first time, and 1 in 4 died.
Yeah.
On average.
Yes.
25%.
Yep.
1992, it became commercial.
Yep.
And then no fatalities. That's good for the insurance companies.
Yes, they like that.
And obviously, 96 takes us to this movie.
Yeah, it brings us to date. 20
Yeah.
teams on the hill. It's become pretty
Congested.
a little congested.
Yeah.
They got 2 weeks to make it happen.
How did you feel about giving us a quick shot of, I would say, over halfway through the movie for about 2 minutes, making a bit of a climb, and then we rewind and go right back to one of your favorite places to be, the airport?
I think it's important to establish what they're getting into. I don't know that it's fully effective in this moment. I would have been just fine. I didn't need a 6 weeks earlier title card.
They didn't even bother with the title card, so I think they know that, we're just going to throw it in there.
Well, I mean, it says 6 weeks earlier when they get back to the airport.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure?
100%.
Maybe not my copy. Amazon.
But it is there, yeah, 6 weeks earlier. So
Okay,
I don't need
my
the
bad.
time cut to me. It just felt, but it doesn't hurt. Like it's so short and fairly insignificant, which begs the question, why bother? But I like certainly the idea of opening the movie, establishing who and what we're about to deal with. So having Rob be there, his wife, Jan, Helen, the base camp manager, Emily Watson, I don't know if you've ever known this, but love her.
Okay. She's Helen?
Helen.
Okay.
Watching her in Punch Drunk Love, watching her in Hillary and Jackie. She was in The Boxer, just like Breaking the Waves.
She looks like she's got
I
an
loved her.
ability to act.
Oh, she's great.
British lady.
Yeah. So seeing her in this pop up, I again hadn't seen her in a while.
Good.
But I was like, God, I'm in. I like her a lot.
Did you realize that we were in New Zealand at this point?
I didn't specifically know that, but all the accents tell me so.
Yeah.
And that's your.
Yeah. Well,
You didn't even know it.
I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
This was. I promise you. I had no idea. I said we were done with Crocodile, with anything to do with my trips. Did I tell you I went to New Zealand, Australia? But we're in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the characters, which at one point I thought was Mike, at one point I thought was Andy, and one point I thought was Harold. Now, he is two of those three things. He's also in Virgin River. You know who I'm talking about.
Of course. Hal.
Yeah, and he is from Auckland in real life. There you go. So I was in his backyard.
Fantastic.
Literally. I saw the mailbox.
It was lovely, man.
I forget his real name. He's nice to see, though. Keira Knightley, still cute as a button.
Sure. Yeah.
Even in 2015, she was cute as a button.
10 years later. 10 years
later.
after,
Didn't age a day. She looked great.
Yeah. I'm not a fan. So, as you know, I didn't really care for her in Love Actually. I've never really liked her in most any other movie. She's fine here, but
Yeah. Well, it's funny because
she plays the wife role.
Yeah,
so.
the two of the female leads,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, not leads, are played by leading ladies.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, not right. Like the actress that was in
Robin Wright Penn, yes.
Robin Wright Penn. She must have been married to Sean at one point.
She was for a bit. Yeah, I guess she's just Robin Wright now.
I think she dropped the pen finally.
Yes.
I drop pens all the time. I get ink on my pants. Spilled a Pepsi the other day. It really irritated me.
Oh, yeah.
But it could be worse.
These are the real problems in
Yeah,
life, you know?
But at the beginning, we're kind of establishing a little bit of who's who.
Yes.
The players, if you will. Real people. All of them. Brolin.
Yeah, it's nice to see Josh.
Yeah, we haven't done much with Josh, really.
He turned out to be a great
Goonies.
actor, you know? Goonies is so good in that.
Yeah, he's like 17, 18 or pretty young.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
he does good stuff.
He does some shit too. He had like a long stretch of movie where movies where I was sort of like, oh yeah, this guy. Back in my mind doesn't matter. And then all of a sudden somehow came out of the 90s, if you will, and has just been killing it ever since. One of my kind of favorite. I don't see every movie he's in, but I love him anytime I do see him.
Yeah. I did not love American Gangster. I don't think you were
but he was
fond of it, but he was. I liked
totally
him
good in
it,
that.
I think. Yeah.
He was good in the Dune movies. He was even good in something like Labor Day. He was great in W. He was just he's always good.
He's just good. He's great.
Yeah,
he's great. And also, of course, would like to mention Jason Clarke, who is effectively the lead, playing
Rob Hall.
Yeah, Rob Hall. This role was originally designed for Christian Bale,
Okay.
but he bailed. I don't know. Might have been doing something else. Obviously, maybe a Batman was 2015. I don't know.
Could be.
2013, actually, when they started the filming, but none of my business. I don't know much about Clark, other than I did notice him in one of the Planet of the Apes movies, one of the later ones.
He was in Dawn.
I don't know which ones. If it's not Mark Wahlberg, I don't know.
Sure.
What.
He's great in that. I mean, that's just generally, I really love that movie. He was in the recent House of Dynamite movie.
Oh, Terminator
He's
Genesis,
in Terminator.
I think.
That's right.
I have that on my shelf. That I have.
And certainly, most notably, not so much for performance, but for the film itself, he was in the Best Picture winner a few years back of Oppenheimer.
Oh, I've heard
So he
about
was working
that.
with your boy Chris Nolan.
Good choice. Love to work with him.
I know you're not a Chris Nolan fan,
No,
but
I don't think I'll bring any of his movies off anytime soon. Nah.
Josh Brolin comes in pretty hot. He's 100% Texan, which kind of has its own baggage, if you will. But he likes teasing old Doug. He's got a little hard on for Doug.
Yeah, that's true. He does.
I tease him a little bit.
In a fun way.
Mailman on Everest, ha ha ha.
He wants to see it, though.
Yes.
He'd love to
and
see
I
it.
respect that. But it's played by a guy named John Hawkes, and he's a face you might recognize from here and there. Maybe you wouldn't, but
Well,
he did an episode of Monk, so I mean, you probably.
I started watching that, by the way.
Oh, there you go. So you'll run into him somewhere down the line.
Good to know.
But the movie that sticks out for me, I loved him in, was Me and You and Everyone We Know, which is a Canadian film from 2005 that I ended up seeing at the Vancouver Festival. And he's fantastic in it, like really, really good.
I see the potential.
He was in Miami Vice. He's an American Gangster, which we were just chatting about. Not like huge roles. He's just an actor that if you see him, he stands out. He's got a pretty interesting face.
Solid third line right winger.
That's right.
Playing the two-way game.
And Michael Kelly playing John Krakauer, the writer. I like him. So
do you?
Yeah, House of Cards.
I know.
He's so good in House of Cards.
He is good in that. I don't like him in everything.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's okay. That's my problem.
That's right.
I'll work through it.
So I like the casting, even though I don't really know who the characters are, right? Like I don't know who the real people are or whatever else. In terms of faces, I thought the movie was well cast in that way.
Yeah, you have enough.
Yeah.
We can carry this to the top.
Yeah. And if you're doing that, I suppose you need a Gyllenhaal.
Oh, yes.
Either a Maggie or a Jake. I'm not saying which, but I think if you're going to carry that weight, you need a guy who knows the cold.
I love him in this. I really do.
Sure.
I'm going to come out and say
Scott Fisher.
Yes. I just get a feeling okay, you're playing Scott Fisher. Like, I don't know Scott Fisher, obviously.
Yep.
But I just like, I know the type of role he's doing, and I think he does it very well.
Brash. He's got a vibe about him. He's kind of laughing and teasing. He doesn't really take much seriously, it feels. He's kind of bro-y.
Yeah, a little bit bro-y. No shirt, and it's kind of chilly out.
Yeah, I think he's great in this movie. And because I don't know this story or anything about it going in beyond just it's Everest, I had no preconceptions or notions as to what would happen. I did anticipate this is a tragedy, if you will, assuming why else would you make this movie or a movie, right?
Something happened.
25 people went up the hill and 25 people came down. Thanks for watching. That's what other movies are for. So I knew there was going to be something happening. And because I don't know anything about this story, it's helpful to tell me the rules, tell me your situation, and I'll get on board. And I thought they did a really good job of that during the sort of meet and greet, sharing a couple of drinks in the bar.
The big speech. Not as big as, Michael Douglas or Kevin Kline.
Definitely not the same.
Yep.
We get the sense that many of them have, like you said, not gone up to McKinley. Like some have tried Doug's. This is his third time. So you get a sense that it's trying to conquer the inconquerable. Yasuko talking about she's done 6 of the 7 summits. So like you kind of get a sense these are a mixture of real amateur people like who can't get up to McKinley, like Beck. Right.
Yeah.
And then other people that have tried before, and then others that are this is just the last or the next thing on their to-do list. So I
nice
like
variety.
Yeah, I like the mixture.
Makes it interesting.
And because of all the faces, you just don't know what's going to happen to any of them. Because if it was a really big star, like if Tom Cruise was in this,
he's going to make it.
You'd kind of assume, or it would go the other way. And I'll tell you something later. They fooled me.
In this?
Oh,
good.
There's 2 instances in this movie where I was like,
I don't like you to be fooled, but
here we go. Yeah. And I was caught off guard.
Good.
So
I like to keep you on your toes
you didn't have nothing to do with.
No, but I'm just happy you have all your toes. Actually, I assume so. If not, maybe an extra one.
That's right. Yeah. What I do not love, just to get into something without being too gushy, is they talk about Doug's discount and how
there's a quiet moment with him and Rob. Yes.
And Rob is sort of like, that's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. And then later it's give Beck the phone call, $25 a minute. Don't worry, it's on us.
I like that in Rob. Seems like a nice guy.
Well, I think this is something I want to talk about later. I'm going to put a pin, if you will.
Yeah, all right.
But these choices and these decisions and these moments, I think are designed to do something that I don't think the movie is correct in doing.
Okay. No, that's fine. We'll circle back. We'll go up and we'll come back down. Imagine doing all of that hungover.
I could barely do anything when I'm hungover, let alone trying to trek.
Yeah, that's the thought that popped into my head. And my other thought, of course, I don't know if you would have guessed that I had this idea in my head. When you have a lot of people in the movie, a lot of different climbers, not a lot of big names, but a couple, do they feel like climbers? Or are they just extras?
Oh, yeah.
I was
You're gonna watch
I was a little worried at the beginning, like
too many people. You can't.
Yeah. Like, are you going to feel like you should be here?
Yeah.
Now, nobody really should be there in some sense, but anyways, I did not get that. I felt everybody wanting to be there for the reason that they stated.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think everything was really authentic. It felt very truthful in the casting and in the way that it's presented, for sure.
Yeah, good job casting director.
What I really found interesting right away is once we're on the trek, what I think a movie like this needs to do, or when it's done right, are things like stakes. And we saw the foot earlier, the ramifications of what could happen up there. And then as they're making their initial trek in, Beck looks over and sees a Sherpa carrying a guy back, and he can't breathe, and he looks frozen and beaten down. And they kind of allude to that later, where Beck is talking about his, I live with a depression, when he's trying to explain when he's up here. And he says, I live with a dark cloud, and when I'm up here, I feel free. I feel, and then
I like that.
But he kind of says, "Are you feeling good now?" And he says, "Not really." Right? This is suffering. This is suffering.
Absolutely. You could feel the suffering.
It's those elements along the way that plant the seed for what's to come, and I think it helps an audience find our people. So if we've met some people, there are people, and we're watching what could happen. I don't know who's making it or who's not making.
We don't know that, and that's something when we're dealing with real events. Is that takes away some of the creative control from the writer, director. I would have liked a version where maybe Rob makes it, right?
Sure, of course.
As a character, this heroic thing at the end, and this big feel-good movie. Like, there's no good guys and bad guys in this. There's just people.
Yeah. I think the movie fails one other time in recognizing this sort of good guys, bad guys thing, because I think it does set up to make the South Africans villains in a weird way in a very short scene. That I don't know how it plays out against what happens, but they're definitely antagonistic in a way that I didn't expect.
You know what's funny about that is when I saw them, because they all were wearing the same jacket.
Yes.
Twister. Jonas. Son of a bitch.
That's right.
That felt like that group.
You think they're in it for the money.
Yeah.
Not the science.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, you don't tell us when to go. They are so corporate.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I don't know the accuracies of that, but it stood out to me enough to make that comp, if you will, to Twister, which is obviously made up and that's an extreme version of people not wanting to work together.
Yeah.
And that's the vibe I got there. But I was happy at least that later in the movie that Rob and Scott Fisher, they have different styles.
Yeah.
You're a hand holder.
They shouldn't be up here if they can't do it, right?
Exactly.
Laissez-faire, if you will.
But Scott's had a couple drinks at this point.
Scott's having a good time.
He's having a good time. And they two do agree to team up a little bit.
Sure.
Not
against the South Africans, it seems, right?
We don't really see much of them after that.
That's the last thing you hear, right?
Yeah.
So it just feels tacked on a little bit of like, why are you creating this tension?
Yeah.
It feels like that's a movie thing. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's a thing that sticks out to me as being like, the movie needs a villain, and we need to band together.
I did like the banding together,
that,
though, because I do like how their personalities are different.
Sure.
They're willing to put that aside for the safety of the team.
For sure, but my thing with this movie is ultimately, if the shit hits the fan, I would suspect that working together, not working together, you're still going to say them. And I didn't really see them working together when it all goes down. It didn't really strike me as, other than, hey, we need some oxygen. But I feel like
That's
at
key.
some point, somebody else would do, I don't know, whatever. It all works. It just feels a little tacked on.
Louis-ish. But Anatoly, he's like, it's really all of us against the mountain. And the mountain has the last word. I'm like,
Turns out.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
So I like it.
Even for him, I mean, he died less than a year later on a different mountain climb.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I'm telling you. Like, the heroes of the movie, everybody like involved in this thing
gosh.
We're all dead pretty quickly. Not all of them, obviously, but kind of a hero a little bit in the movie.
Bit, yeah. If I had to pick one that's kind of above the rest.
Yeah, he died in 97. Crazy.
Kind of sad now.
I'll tell you what is sad. Is Doug and Doug's cough presents itself very early.
Yeah. Was he the first to cough?
He was.
There's a few.
There was some coughing that certainly elevated, let's say, beyond the average.
That was some good coughing.
Clearing a throat. Yeah, he's a great actor. I told you. Check out his work.
But just in general, I didn't like hearing the coughing, but it sounded like, oh my gosh, that's a serious cough. Like, you better see a doctor.
Yes.
About that. So definitely good cough acting.
Yeah, he's great.
Don't get Tommy Lee coughing. You can't do it. You
can't yawn, can't cough.
But you can do everything else.
Bad news.
But I feel the movie is due for a little bit of tension, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this.
Sure.
Would you agree?
Yeah, it's ramping up.
Ramping up. What better to ramp up tension with a ladder? A long extension ladder.
over a crevasse.
Yes. I was going to ask you a little bit earlier about that long bridge. At what point are you out?
I would have to say I would never be in.
Okay.
So
but
it's tough to
say you did muster the courage.
Okay.
You've done skydiving. It's
Yeah. I don't like heights.
I know.
Skydiving was somehow different in a weird way. But
if you start up there,
that's
it's
right,
different than
story.
Yeah, you're on the opposite way here.
Yeah.
But say you did muster the courage.
Yeah.
At what point are you certainly out? I'm referring to there is a long bridge earlier, but it looks pretty steady, like it's used regularly. It's pretty safe. But here, the ladder.
Yeah, the ladder itself is a challenge.
Yeah.
I got to be honest.
Yeah, if I made it here, I'm not making it any further.
It's also coming on the heels of waiting like 45 minutes because the backlog at this section. So I've had plenty of time to process the fact that there's this fucking ladder that I have to get over.
Yeah, you can't think. When my wife did bungee jumping, she was told, and she's like, you just can't think.
Yeah, you got to just do it.
Yeah, just
Same thing with the same thing with the flight.
Yeah,
the skydiving. Just
you know what I'm talking about.
You're not like hanging out looking. Oh, interesting. Oh, wow.
Guess we'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, you're committing at that point, and that's one of the things I like about the characters that were introduced here. Right, they're all committed. But my gosh, the idea that this is just glacier ice with a pickaxe and a ladder is just a lot to take, and I would not last very long whatsoever.
Yeah. And they illustrated it pretty well.
Yes,
like the dangers of just going across on a
totally. So here's the first button hook, because I think to myself, Josh Brolin is too big an actor to be in this movie.
Okay, so
I think about the scene where he's talking to his wife. Oh, I forgot my anniversary.
Yeah.
I got a call.
Peach,
and then she says, "I think he's scared."
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think it's great.
Oh, good. She nails it.
Sure, she's great. It has nothing to do in the movie, but delivers what she needs to.
The paycheck.
But the idea that the foreshadowing or the foreboding is ratcheted a little high.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, yeah, here it is.
Oh, you think
this is
he's
the
going
cliffhanger
here,
moment where some big action sequence is going to happen.
And take a big
and
name.
he's going to die. And there's going to be some sort of big... Because again, at this point, I don't know it's a true story necessarily.
Oh,
I mean, I know it's a true story because they talked about Rob Hall and stuff like that, but I don't know what the true story is what I mean.
Yes, exactly. You don't know who makes it.
That person could have died just as easily. The idea that they set him up as this brash guy, he's got an attitude a little bit, he's got a wife that he's kind of, I didn't tell, whatever the case, to me, I'm thinking, well, yeah, this is what happens. And he obviously is saved. And I thought, oh, you got me there. Because I would have thought this is the moment.
Really? You thought that? Okay.
I would have thought you cast an actor like that.
Yeah.
And you either
sell tickets.
Yeah, it's a bait and switch, right? It's a Drew Barrymore in Scream. It's a
Samuel L. Jackson.
Sam Jackson in Deep Blue Sea. Correct. It's that same principle.
That got me.
Yeah, because you wouldn't expect he's too big an actor for this kind of thing. So,
but you were wrong, Philip.
Well, obviously, yeah. I'm saying I'm wrong. I said
right
at
the
beginning.
I want to make sure you know that you were wrong. He made it, by the way.
That's right. Yeah. But he also says this is not why I paid you $65,000.
A little bit of an attitude there.
Yeah.
Texan.
And it makes sense. He's like, I'm going to wait 45 minutes to die on the side of a fucking hill. Like, get over yourselves.
Yeah.
So I like his attitude.
You like his attitude?
Yeah.
All right. I don't mind it. I'd learn to like him. And if that doesn't clarify the dangers or the stakes or what you're involved in, when they're at Camp 1, which is at 19,500 feet, for those who don't know, they talk about ripping off clothes because you're too hot.
Yeah, mental edema or something. Yes.
Yeah, swelling of the brain, another something.
Cerebral edema.
Thank you. And the last one was fluid in the lungs.
Fluid in the lungs, yep.
Very good, Phil. Dr. Phil on the couch. And then and then they're at Camp 2, which is 21,300 feet. And Beck needs to make a phone call.
Yes, $25 a minute.
And like you mentioned earlier, Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah.
And Helen didn't like that. Did you pick up on that? She's like, profit here.
No, I wonder if that's sort of trying to undercut the movie as well, or undercut the reality, is like the pressure. The pressure of summiting, right? Helen makes a couple of comments throughout the movie of another year with no one at the summit. Beck, you know, Rob, we can't give away the free stuff. Why are you giving Doug a discount? Right? Like,
what's John going to say if nobody makes it to the top?
That's exactly what. But so there's this element of
corporate.
We have to succeed, and I suppose this gets into another. Put a pin in it because it's going to tie into the rest of it.
Good.
It'll add to what I want to chat about later. But
it
is kind of throughout the movie these decisions that are made, or maybe think they're being made for a particular reason.
Speaking of like decisions, we really find out at this next scene, which is quite interesting. Why is each person doing this? I think it's John who sparks
Of course, yeah. He's
question.
He's the journalist.
And what's the generic response, Phil, for those who don't know?
Because it's there.
Is that enough?
Yeah. I think for a certain section of people it is, not for me.
Not for you?
No.
Let's go through them, and then we'll go through us as
Sure.
if we're there.
Okay. Put us on the hill.
Exactly. You seem to have taken a liking to Doug.
Of course. Doug's my boy. He's got a great answer when asked what his wife thinks of the decisions he's made, and he says she's really fine with it since we got divorced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I love.
Thanks, back.
But he obviously talks about the kids, and Helen's kind of prompting him too. Tell him about the kids. Tell him about the kids.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful story.
It is nice. Inspirational.
I mean, it could be.
Good.
Questionable. But the idea that, yeah, he's choosing to summit for the children. He teaches at a class or speaks at a class, and they have a flag to put on and dream big, right?
A normal person.
A mailman from
can
be on Everest and peak it and summit it. That's pretty impressive stuff. Inspirational.
Good. I'll handle Yasuka, if
Please.
I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Lovely lady. Lovely lady. Hers is pretty easy. That's why I'm taking it.
Yeah,
Bit of a
of
layup.
course. Yeah.
She's done 6 out of 7.
At 46 years old. Where are
47.
you on that scale?
I've done it all.
Oh, yeah.
I've done it all, buddy. 0 for 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you, is that what you want to hear?
Strangely, you have peaked, but not,
I have
not,
peaked,
not
yes.
on any of the
Different kind of peak.
Different
Much different peak. So, yeah, she's got to finish it off here. Good for her at this point. That's a valid enough reason. If you've done the other 6, why not go for it all? That's fair.
Absolutely, and that's all we really get as to the real whys, right? Like we don't go, individual by individual.
That's true. Yeah, I guess
those are the
that
ones
is
that
it. Yeah.
stand out.
Yeah.
But we know Rob is doing it for family, for his business.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a kid on the way, as they said, and he finds out it's a girl. He's very excited about this,
Mm-hmm.
and he says a little bit later he wants to name the kid Sarah.
That's a nice name. Biblical.
Apparently, Jan is not a fan.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't
Like
her
really
first,
not a fan.
It wasn't her first choice.
What was her first choice?
Emma.
Hmm.
No, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not even like it's a plot point. He just says name her Sarah, and she's like, no,
No.
fuck off. That's not.
Listen, she's carrying it.
I guess she has a say in the matter. I
She's
just
a
mean
big
like
say.
what that we don't have any backstory. Maybe it's like an ex-girlfriend, right? Maybe that's a problem.
Maybe. But tell me for you, Phil, before we get further, if you can think of something why you would do it.
I think probably for the same reason.
Because it's there.
More thinking in terms of a combination of Beck and Yasuko,
Okay.
which is I don't have a depression in my life necessarily, but we talk a lot about purpose and direction and feeling something bigger than me and whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
Achieving something that is that.
Yeah.
The decisions that I took to get to here, I live with them. Some have been great, some have been questionable, and some of them have just been outright bad. That's life.
Hey, who
right?
you talking to here?
That's how we go through life, right? Like you don't know the story.
Yeah.
And thinking one big thing to do by the time I'm 50 or 47 or whatever. It's not that, not Everest, but
Yeah.
climbing in some level or whatever,
Okay.
or deep sea diving, or jumping out of a plane, or just doing something.
Well, you've
that
done that, so you're good to go.
I did that a few years ago, but just the idea of doing something bigger than just the day-to-day feels inspiring and interesting to me as I get older in life. Not quite as death-defying necessarily, but just
something,
doing something bigger than me.
Gotcha. Good answer.
For yourself.
That sounds scripted, but I'll take it. I definitely couldn't understand the why
Okay.
for this specific venture.
Too cold.
It's chilly. But that night that I watched the movie,
Yeah.
I fell asleep, like most nights, if I'm lucky.
Sure.
No, deep REM. I'm good.
Yeah, you're solid.
And I have a dream about Everest.
Oh.
And I still remember it vividly.
After watching the movie, like it's sunk in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this has been a week, I think, since I watched it and had this dream. And I say to myself in the dream, I know I'm in a dream, but man, this feels real.
Okay.
I don't think I've
Deep.
ever said that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm reaching new levels, buddy. Inception levels here. Then I walk out to what is considered in dream world the top of Everest.
Okay.
But it's not a peak. It's a big flat surface.
Like a landing.
A landing, yeah, where I can walk freely, and it's like a combination of snow and ice.
Okay.
And I can feel the crunch that my feet make safely walking across. And then I look up, and it feels like I'm almost in outer space. The stars
wow.
are like in an arm's length, and it's a really cool, vivid moment of pure peace
Sure.
and harmony and I'm alone,
Yeah.
and I'm just up there in the sky.
Tranquility.
Oh, everything. And then I walk back, and then it's daytime, and there's like a little house, and someone's living there. I'm like, that's the life. Complete peace and tranquility.
Sure.
Complete isolation from all the troubles in your life. It's a nice little home. Had a mailbox. That's what I remember.
Dog delivered earlier.
Exactly. And the rest of the dream didn't really make sense, but that section,
Yeah. Crystal clear.
crystal clear. And I woke up. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why people do it. And they must get that feeling of freedom.
Euphoria on some level.
On
right?
some
Even
level.
if it's the edema.
Yeah.
Right? Like even if
exactly.
it is just your brain playing
Yeah,
tricks.
lack of oxygen,
Yeah.
especially for Anatoly, who doesn't take up oxygen because he's too cool for that.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's quite interesting.
Yeah, that's
Still
fascinating.
wouldn't do it, but
Yeah, no. That's why
the
it's a
dream
dream
was
right?
enough, you know.
That's right. I was there.
Yeah,
I get the
basically.
gist.
Yeah.
They're starting the trek, and we immediately have an accident. Ice falls, the glacier shifts,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
Harold.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they
knocks Rob
managed
over.
to survive it.
Yeah, no problem.
But again, we're setting stakes here. This is
This is serious.
things are
stuff.
shifting, and he kind of mentions it earlier. Rob does in his speech prior is ever shifting, narrow windows. You got to move fast. And you got to be willing to go. So right away we're like, oh, this is fine. They're walking up the hill. They got the ropes, and then one shift,
Yeah.
and it can all go to shit. And I thought very effective and good idea, just from storytelling, to set that up now because of what's about to happen. Sort of down the line.
And Andy's a professional.
It's true.
He was like, whoa.
He was shook.
He was shook. But luckily we reached Camp 3.
Yeah.
24,000 feet up. I got the numbers, buddy.
Sure.
I get the impression, and you probably do too, because you're smart. Scott's pushing himself.
Yeah, he's making some questionable calls. He's got a
Yeah.
bad stomach.
And the weather is also moving fast.
This is another thing that I have a question
Well,
about.
weather
Put
moves
another
fast.
pin. Put another pin in that.
Okay, you need to be tracking this because
I know what's
All
going. I
right.
know what's happening. But yeah, Jake is definitely letting on that he's looking a little rough, feeling a little rough. This is an element, true or not, is irrelevant to me. But it felt like I don't really understand this character very much. I like him. I like his vibe. I like the actor, obviously.
good performance of that.
But
yeah.
I'm not really sure where this decision making is coming from. And if it's true, all the fine. Like I have no issue with it.
Yeah.
But I just wonder if he's suffering like that or seemingly suffering like that, why continue on and like his brashness maybe I guess overtakes.
He seems to portray a pretty young guy, and maybe he just thinks he's invincible.
Yeah.
At that age,
could
I
be.
thought I was too when I was young. I was like, I can drink, I can do all this stuff and still do these things.
Sure.
So that's the impression I got, and it's just unfortunate because of what happens.
Yes.
obviously,
But he definitely is pushing himself.
Oh,
And he's
yeah.
like, I'll take him down. I'll run him back up, right? Like, I'll be right
Yeah.
on your heels, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like take
Yeah.
a break. And
That's right.
Rob's
Take a day. Exactly.
Rob's trying to tell him.
Well, this is Rob, right? He's
He's a hand
in
holder.
the pin.
He's in the pin.
They're saying, yeah, weather's getting bad. It's starting to look bad for the 11th of May. It's the word from Helen, who's monitoring, obviously, at base camp. And they suffer a bit of a storm. They kind of turn back and they settle up.
Please, for the
But
night.
then at 2 a.m.,
Can you-
right?
Can you be ready in a half an hour?
Yeah, let's go.
Can you get in that headspace where you're maybe sleeping, and then someone tells you, "We're gonna,"
I am a very light sleeper,
yeah.
and I am very much like I can open my eyes and be ready in 3 minutes.
Oh, so you're fine here.
So like this
Oh,
is not
okay.
a problem. I'm not a deep sleeper where I'm groggy. Where are we at? Like
You're first in line. Let's
Yeah.
get up there.
on like
Let's peek
a
it.
travel day, set the alarm for 3:15 to get the taxi
You're fine.
right? I'm bing
for you.
totally fine. I have
Good for you.
no struggles with that whatsoever.
Happy to hear it.
And if my mission was to do this, and it's led me to this, and I am here
Yeah,
to do
that's
this,
where your headspace
it
is,
doesn't
yeah.
even. I don't imagine if I were crazy. If I were willing to do this, I would be ready to do this in the moment. But the clouds have parted. Rob thinks, this is lucky day.
Someone likes us up there.
Yeah, May 10th. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Window of opportunity to head up to the balcony, which is 27,600 feet.
That's right.
I don't like the sound of that.
No.
That's not where I want to have a balcony. That's no lanai up there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they say there it takes 12 hours to the top. They got a 2 p.m. turnaround, and they're losing time. So let's
Losing
go
time. And we have Beck
right away.
having some eye issues,
Yep.
vision problems. Had surgery a couple years ago. Could be that.
Sure.
But that's going to be a bit of an issue.
So I think to myself, oh, you got me with the ladder. Here it is. This is the spot.
This is it.
Yeah. Or
No.
like this is the cause eventually.
Yeah.
We're like, oh yeah. Then
No. He's
then
just going to sit down and relax.
I'll be right.
He's fine. Don't worry about it.
We're about an hour into the movie and we really reached the crux, the pivot point.
This is big.
The ropes aren't set
Oh
up.
my gosh. This scene. Tense.
Tense.
That was done in a studio, though.
Oh yeah, sure. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. Just well done.
That's actually a good point to bring up, is that at any point did you feel this is...
We're there the whole time, man.
I think it's a really good mixture of the practical stage work, real life on some mountain, obviously not Everest, but like on a mountain, and some CGI to obviously pepper it in. I thought very effective.
Yeah, they used green screens and they brought in snow. They brought in and made a room colder for Rob's scene later. And I always felt they brought in really bright, specific types of lights to get the right sun because of the way it is at that elevation, if you will. So I was really impressed with the cinematography of it and making me feel like I'm there.
Yeah.
And I'm cold, Phil.
Yeah, I thought it was effective, very effective for that.
God.
I felt very into whatever was happening on the movie. I totally bought it.
And the problem with that is the first time I watched it, I was anxious for about half of it.
Yeah.
Second time, I'm anxious at the beginning
Right
because
away.
I know, right?
Yeah,
like I'm feeling like it's in my gut. I'm like, oh man, and I think that says something about the movie. It does take away maybe a little bit of the enjoyment because anxiety isn't the best thing to feel, but it tells you they've done something right to make you feel that you're there with them to some level on Everest. So.
I think it's a compliment to the filmmaking to feel like you're on Everest, and I think it's a compliment to the performances that you care what happens on Everest. It's a good blend of those two elements, I think. And because of the no ropes, slows everything down.
Yeah,
Someone fucked up.
Just walk. Yeah, just that walk though across.
Oh,
like,
that too.
if I wasn't out at the ladder,
That's
I'm not doing that.
miserable. I totally is going to help out.
Of course.
Everyone's kind of pitching in, but my gosh.
That's the teamwork I'm talking about,
That's
buddy.
right. That's true. Doug is struggling, though.
Yeah.
And a few members of Rob's team are just like, we're wasting too much time here. We're going to go back.
Yeah, I think 3 people come down. Stewart is one of them.
Hal, I think, is even... Oh, no, he's working on it, but he's soon to leave, right?
Lou, Stewart, and the other guy.
There you
It's
go.
like the tenors.
That's right. And I think this is where Helen is anxious about, like, oh, shit, like, are we going to turn back or not? What's happening on the hill there?
Hey, safety first.
They now establish that they're more than an hour behind, but I totally summits. And now, okay, so we spent it halfway through for the movie. I'm like, this is a great pivot point. Reminds me a little bit of Fury Road, same year.
That's absolutely
But
right.
we sort of reached an hour into the movie. We've gotten to where we're supposed to go.
You're looking at your watch, like, I think we're about halfway through the movie.
Basically, it felt like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is how you structure this movie. Makes sense. But it means that what's on the horizon is probably not going to be too great. But
Yeah, because it didn't seem too bad, right?
Exactly.
Like, okay, we're there.
We're there. Everyone's happy.
It's harder to go up, I would think, than down.
Yasuko is there. She puts her flag in. And Rob is very proud of her. Everything is really positive.
Yeah.
And
John was there first.
sure.
He'd earned it.
But Doug is...
He's behind.
Well behind.
Yeah.
Scott tells Rob he's way, way back.
Oh, speaking of Scott, man, he's
rough,
not
too.
looking good.
No. Things are just starting to get a little dicey.
I was going to say dicey.
They've got no full oxygen bottles. There's a couple of half ones.
Yeah, there's some confusion around that with Andy/Harold and John and where they are. I don't know necessarily logistics of everything.
Sure.
But
they're at some halfway or some point along the way when there is no oxygen or like no full bottles.
And that's what you need. That was made clear earlier.
Yeah, you need oxygen.
That'll be the thing that will likely get you, Helen and the doctor lady.
That's right. So here we have Doug, though.
Yeah.
Rob calls it, you can't do it, buddy. You gotta turn around. You gotta turn around.
Yeah. This is the fork in the road.
Yeah.
This is a decision needs to be made.
Yeah.
And Rob has been laid out as the guy that will say, we are turning around, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
No.
But this is
Doug's last time.
Well, maybe he could try again.
Well, he says this is last time.
Yeah. So third time's the charm.
Yeah.
And Rob, all right, we're doing it.
So I'm going to take out some pins.
Perfect. That's a good time to take out some pins.
Rob as hero.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
Rob as hero. This is a tough one. When you're dealing in this world of real events, there's a fine line sometimes, and we haven't talked about him yet, but Worthington, who plays Guy later, between courage and cowardness and making the right decision. A lot of it's hindsight
Sure.
aspects. I understand that he wants. There's a connection there. They've had moments.
Yeah.
That's been established. So hero, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you.
I think the movie is presenting him as such, and with him giving Doug the break on finances by giving Beck the break on his expenses.
So you think the movie's portraying him as the hero?
I think they're trying to put him into a positive light, and I'm not saying he isn't.
Yeah.
But these decisions are critical, and they basically killed everybody. And himself, right?
Yeah.
If you really think about it, by slowing everybody down and waiting for Doug, Beck says, I'm going to wait for Rob. And Rob says, I told Beck to go down with the first two guys going down.
Yeah, I heard that. I think there's a miscommunication there.
The idea is like, well, Rob will save me. And then Rob never comes. So what happens to Beck happens to Beck, in part because he's like, no,
Yeah.
I'll get Rob on the way back.
And then there's Harold, who ends up going back up.
And then Hal, because he doesn't have the oxygen, he needs more people to go up to save Rob because he waited 3 hours to summit past, or 2 hours past the cutoff, the turnaround point, to save Doug. Right? So I'm not saying he's not a hero. Like, I'm not here to cast aspersions, right? But the movie, I think, is presenting him as this, like, oh, what a good guy. And I think the way this movie is presented, right or wrong, every decision Rob makes effectively kills people and causes a lot of what happens here.
Yeah. The timing of things, logistics of things, when it's in movie form, how it's displayed may not be accurate. We cut right to Doug, oh, he's at the top now. That didn't take that long. But in reality, it took
2 hours.
2 hours. So when they say it, but sometimes because they're there, for me as a viewer, it may not sink in. So I don't think it's sunk in. That's the cause of all these deaths. Now, I agree with you that he got himself killed, and Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Harold.
Yeah.
That one bothered me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the Virgin River. I don't even like the show.
Yeah. He's got a good face. He's got a sweet face.
I mean, he died in Windtalkers. I don't need to go through this again. But that's an interesting point. I didn't get the full portrayal of him being a hero, though. I got him just being a nice guy, and he felt bad for Doug.
Yeah, I
not
think
hero level.
The only issue I really have with it ultimately is the movie presents him as the hero. He's the star. The movie ends with his daughter, right? Like, he is the lead actor and the lead,
granted,
whatever. But my issue is more about the choices that this person ultimately made. You don't know the future, right? But they know the bad weather is happening on the 11th. You know this window. He's supposed to be
he
the
typically
best
makes the right call
guy on the mountain, right? He's your go-to. He runs this company. I would hope that if Doug is in front of me, I have the ability to say, this isn't happening, let's go to save everybody, and we'll come back or not. That's it. So it bothers me a little bit just that not making that assertive call, regardless of who dies or doesn't, but just knowing the mountain and knowing you're 2 o'clock and being so stern on it and then caving just feels a little shitty. And it's real. Like, that stuff happens. So again, it's not a movie problem. It's a character problem.
Let me play devil's advocate, because I don't get to do that often.
No.
It's a fun role. It's all Doug's fault.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You could put it on Doug.
Spin it, sure.
Spin it.
Yeah. Doug's a mailman. He's not running the show. Rob's running the show.
I know. Ultimately,
you pay him to bring you safely down. He says so himself.
I know, but it's his third time. He really wants it for him. And he obviously let his personal feelings affect his judgment. Totally. I think that's what we have here. Sure. It's a tough call. It just sucks. It sucks.
Absolutely. And it's heartbreaking. I'm not complaining. Like, I'm not complaining about like the movie's portrayal of it, but I'm just like it feels.
I think the difference between us is you got the bigger feeling of the hero portrayal.
Sure.
That I got. I got the more of you're a nice guy.
Yeah.
So I think that's where our slight disconnect is.
Sure.
But facts are facts, unfortunately.
Did being a nice guy or a hero save anybody? No.
That's true. Either way
is not great.
Yeah. And this is a good opportunity to talk about Guy, Sam Worthington.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a nothing guy for me in Avatar.
Sure.
But now I know him. I'm like, oh, that's the guy from Avatar.
Sure.
Nice guy.
Yeah, good-looking guy.
Yeah. He's talking to Rob. He's like, Rob, you got to come down.
Yeah. Are you able to come down?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
almost, well, I think he more or less says, forget about Doug.
Basically.
And he's not wrong.
Yeah. Because Rob is saying Doug is fucked up.
Yeah.
So he's like, are you okay? Can you come down? I think it's time.
Yeah. And Rob says, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
I think you are.
I am.
And I'm thinking when Doug dies,
mm-hmm.
I like the death scene and the fact where they don't follow the body down.
Totally.
I think that's a good choice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking now Rob might have a chance. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but I think you're better off just you getting down now.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's too late at this point. But give me a little bit on Guy, like his role in this movie. I'm thinking, are you going to go up? Are you going to save the day? Like, what's your role here? Are you just going to talk on the walkie? He ends up going back to base camp.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts around him?
I don't really know who this character is.
Yeah,
and I don't
it's
know
a
his
huge
function.
role. Yeah.
So I have no real thought of what he's going to do or not do because he's only introduced as sort of a guy on the mountain.
Yeah, I think he's part of another team.
I originally
There's so
thought he
many
was with the
people.
Everest team because, as I mentioned, that was shot at the same time.
Oh, maybe.
And all this was happening. So when
Yeah.
that Everest movie came out, it's just after. It's all throughout the same 96. It comes out in 98, I think. So it's of this tour. They end up finding Rob's body in that documentary, and they were buddies. I didn't remember the names, but perhaps he is that.
That, yeah.
And so he's not the skilled climber necessarily that will
Got you.
do the
He's
things.
part of
Maybe
that
more.
I see
That's
what you
my
mean.
thought.
But I think you might be right on that.
I equate this movie, there's a little bit later, but right around this time when the weather gets really bad, things are getting crazy, Doug is gone, Rob is stranded, and we're trying to come up with solutions, and Beck and blizzards and everything is kind of going crazy.
You see that big cloud coming.
It reminded me a lot of The Perfect Storm. Have you seen The Perfect Storm?
I have a couple of times, actually.
Perfect. This movie very much reminds me of that.
Yeah, I can see that.
The difference is, of course, if you recall that movie, nobody on the boat survives. And
well, I can't say spoiler because I claim to have seen it. I just didn't remember that. Yeah,
so nobody lives.
Yeah.
And so the story of these 8 fishermen in the ocean and what happens
True story, right?
is based on a true story, but no one on the boat came back to tell the story. So every conversation that happened on the boat is completely fabricated.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Now, this story, there are survivors. There are people at base camp that were having these conversations with Rob. Jan was a person who has a baby. Scott Fisher was a guy who ran a company. I told it, right? Like those people that lived, Beck and so forth, that lived, told the story.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that talked to Rob on the mountain told the story. So I believe that they offered him these things. And
for sure, yeah.
declined to come down. My issue is sort of, I think, he
Stubborn.
should know better.
He should know better, yeah.
And for his safety and the safety of everybody else, he teases, or they kind of make fun of earlier.
No oxygen.
No oxygen. You're a guide now. What are you talking about? Like, you have to have whatever.
Nobody on my team goes up without oxygen.
That's right.
And Harold's like, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
And they have some, and there's some issues. But I just think if that is your commitment, you got to look at a big picture at all times if you're the leader of a group. And at this rate, he basically abandons his group for Doug and then ultimately pays the sacrifice. I don't think I have a problem with it. I think maybe my issue is it makes me sad that these decisions are the things that end up
it is sad.
destroying him and everybody else.
My wife said about the movie, she said it was sad for its time.
Yeah.
2015.
you
that's
go.
what she said. It's like it was really sad. Maybe Scott Fisher's character was rubbing off on him. Maybe
It's cavalier.
Maybe they
I
shouldn't
can
have
do
teamed up, and maybe I
Yeah.
don't want to prove that I'm not
Yeah.
such a stickler, but
So,
I think
it more than it made me angry, it just made me sad.
Yeah.
It was sad that a couple of these decisions would have go one way or another, and you knew what was on the horizon. You live in this world, right? So that hurt.
Yeah, I think sadness trumped anger. And speaking of Scott, at this point, it's not looking too good.
No.
I like yourself, I don't know who lives and who dies. Well, I know Doug dies. That's all I know at this point.
At this point.
And don't take Scott away. But I think they didn't make it too obvious, but I had a pretty good impression earlier in the movie that he may be one of the non-survivors.
He was struggling.
Yeah. He had the cough. He barely made it to the top. Looked like shit. Stomach issues. And he freezes to death.
Only guy on his team that didn't make it.
That's true.
Rob's team almost decimated completely, and everybody on his team.
They talk about that
made
at the
it.
peak, actually. Yeah.
So not only did they summit, but everybody made it out alive, except him.
That is kind of ironic, based on his strategy.
His approach.
His
Yeah.
approach. Interesting.
And Rob does say later or earlier, I had a mixed bag, right, on the summit.
Yeah,
right?
that's
like
true.
I had a mixed, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll
I mean,
get you next year.
you're only as fast as your
Doug. You're only as fast as Doug.
I was going to do the buffalo thing, the slowest buffalo
Sure.
herd, the herd bit thing. Yeah. You know what I'm talking
The
about.
antelopes and the...
Yeah, right.
What I like about it is the simplicity of actually all the... I shouldn't say all the deaths, but when Scott collapses effectively, he just taps on one of his Sherpas and just is, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. Go.
Yeah.
And he
said, sure, I'm out.
Yeah, but I think there's something powerful in the acceptance of what's happening, like in a really sad way.
I lost.
Because when I think about...
He's almost ready for it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to...
I mean, it's tough to say. But
Yeah.
when I think about one of the things that terrifies me in life is not the thought that I'm going to die. We all do it. But that I'm going to die today or like soon.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're drowning, burning, asphyxiation, like whatever the case.
Ask Phil Connors. He knows.
That's right.
He's done it all, buddy.
That's right.
He's done it all.
It's the feeling that it's happening, right?
Yeah.
Everyone like, I want to fall asleep, and you just don't wake up, right? There's all these sort of romantic
After
versions
sex.
of that.
So when you're 90, having sex.
That's right.
Ultimately, that's the way to go.
peak. When my mother died, it was like, I wonder at what point she knows this is it, and how long before you actually die that you've already, and so Scott here is like, I'm fucked, and did you know you were fucked 2 days ago or a day ago or an hour ago or a month ago?
Or just now you're getting,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
And I'd rather it be
in the moment.
now I'm done and have it happen fast rather than on your way down gradually realizing. And guys like Rob, it's like the scariest thing, not this specific case, but generally it's the scariest thing I can think of because you're freezing whatever it is. Doug's gone. And it's fast. Hal, when that happens, we'll get to, but like those are fast things.
Yeah. His is a slower burn,
if
you will.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Really makes me sad.
Yeah.
And so his saying, I'm done, feels eerily reminiscent of my mom. Cancer's not going away.
Yeah.
It'll take.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. And so here's our options. And she's just like, I'm done. I can't.
Religion, buddy. Find it.
I looked after her, actually.
Yeah.
Yep. Didn't take.
But
2002, I spent a long time trying to figure out something.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Didn't
Jesus
take.
Christ Superstar wasn't enough to bring it back.
No.
I feel like Scott and Doug have sucked up a lot of the oxygen about talking about deaths. And we have nothing left for Andy. Harold.
Hell.
Yeah. The foreshadowing of feeling the heat.
Oh, the hypothermia, yeah.
Yeah, he's taking off his jacket and falls.
That's it. Slips almost.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah.
I like this guy. I don't know what it is. And he didn't really want to go back.
No, he did not.
If they were in closer earshot, he
Yep.
lives, right? Or at least lives maybe for another year.
Potentially, yep.
And Rob's like, I need help.
Yep. You got to come up here
Yeah, so.
because of Doug.
Yeah, all because of Doug. So that was sad. And then we have a little bit of long-distance calls, which I don't know who's paying for these ones. Guy, in particular, thinks that maybe Jan, if anybody, can motivate Rob to get moving.
Yeah, I think that's...
Keira Knightley can't do it. And you can hear it in his voice.
This is an incredible scene. I love this scene.
It is a great scene. And at this point, I don't know if he makes it, right?
Sure.
There is that he's going to make it. Someone's going to get to him.
He's the hero, right?
He's
the hero of the movie.
People have died in it, so we don't necessarily need anybody else to die. But because of the creative limitations, what happens, happens. Powerful, sad moments here.
Yeah, you're saying that if it were a movie, he probably would have lived.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The guy ends up,
Sure.
I'm going up. I'm the guy.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. It changes things for me when I say this is based on a true story, that I know I may not get certain things that maybe I wanted. I wanted more of a, it's cold, it's Everest, it's a movie. Give me that Armageddon moment.
Sure.
I've accepted I'm not going to get that. And, that's fine.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed what I was watching.
Yeah, I thought that scene between Jan and he was fantastic. I loved, as you're saying, the pain and anguish in his voice, cutting to him basically caked into the mountaintop. He talks about how his hands are frozen, his feet are frozen. It's like, I'm cold. He says, almost like, I'm comfortable or something like that. And I thought, it's what you say to somebody, but it's clear at this point that
this is like my last dialogue.
That things are happening. She's saying, come on down.
Didn't work.
And he does rise from there. It's not over yet.
That's
he
true,
makes another grasp at something from that for sure. But what's really sad to me is everybody is listening. Right, it's an open radio.
Open mic, yeah. Channel
and
5,
so watching John and the sort of base camp crew sit in that and hear the desperation in Rob's voice, the sadness, the feeling of exhaustion and whatever. I thought really, really well executed.
Absolutely. We're still holding on hope for Rob.
You might still get your happy ending.
Maybe, yeah. And then we shift to the rest of the team that's coming down. Beck, Yasuka, other people.
Yeah, faceless people.
John made it back. He's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
He's back in the tent.
Got to write the story. Got to write the book.
He's got snow blindness.
Yes.
So he can't help out.
Yeah. And Ayatollah is
Yeah, he's
out
the
there.
man.
Ayatollah is out there. You got to help me. And I can't.
Yeah. And but I like he's like, okay, I know you
I'll just
can't.
go.
I'm gonna go.
Yep.
He manages to bring everybody back one by one or whatever he needs to do, except for Beck and
Yeah, he
Yasuko.
basically arrives and finds that Yasuko is dead
Yeah.
and Beck is basically dead.
Yeah. He's making calculated decisions
Yep.
who to take and the best chances of survival. So
That's it.
the right
So it's
call.
kind of sad that those, but you're like, okay, it's over.
yeah, I felt bad for Yasuka.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
That's a sad one.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Doug's fault again.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to make fun of it or anything like that, but it's tough. It's tough to see that.
Yeah, and I mean, it is sad, and the reality makes it more poignant. So while we don't get the happy ending, the fact that these are real people adds an element that helps ground it and gives it a little gravity. And that hits really home in this next sequence where through Rob and basically trying to organize two people to go up, and we find out that the two Sherpas that had oxygen and tea and everything else, storm's too bad. They got to turn back.
Yeah, I forgot what happened to them.
It was just the bad storm.
Just
They
a bad
They
storm.
just turned back. They were
Yeah.
like, we can't make it.
Yeah.
You're too far away.
Yeah.
And they leave. And then they have to tell Rob that no help is coming.
No, we got to make it until morning.
Yeah, he says that.
And one more night.
And he kind of knows, and we all kind of know, I
Yeah.
suspect at this point he's not going to make it. But Jan's
Yeah.
going to get on the phone one last time.
Yeah.
This scene is fucking
Sad.
heartbreaking.
Yeah. I skipped it.
Ha!
Second
Fuck
time.
it.
I'm not watching
I get
this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really sad.
Those are goodbyes. Those are goodbyes.
Yep. Call her Sarah. She agrees. Then he says, it's really sad I'm not going to meet her. And it through like a hushed, desperate, gasping.
Barely hear it, yeah.
Like it's just fucking.
Yeah. Just the sound of his voice was
Yeah.
enough.
He's-
I don't even care what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
like,
You're clearly out.
yeah. And it's,
Pretty poignant, pretty sad stuff.
Mhm.
And that's the end of it. So you're thinking, okay, well, what's left? Right? Everybody's fucking dead. It's really sad.
It's not the end for everybody.
That's right. And this, I was
Did it
like,
get
you
you
got
again?
me again. How does this happen?
Third time.
The third time.
You idiot. I saw it coming a mile away.
I
No,
just
didn't.
would have
I'm just kidding.
assumed that this guy who had already kind of died, and they'd make a joke later. My husband's already died once this time or something.
Oh, yeah.
But the idea that Beck just rises from the dead effectively and walks down to base camp, I thought, bullshit.
I thought bullshit too. I'm like, maybe it just wasn't how it happened, but it happened.
It's exactly how it happened, apparently. He just woke up. It's in every book. It's
and he
in-
saw visions of his wife and kids.
That I don't know about.
Well, I
He
mean,
may have told
but that's
that story.
common. Like,
Sure.
people have that experience. So,
religion.
yeah, exactly.
You
Texan, hardcore Catholic. I
Yeah.
don't know what's
But
going on.
apparently, just woke up.
Yeah.
And his says, as long as I can walk, I will walk.
And that just shows you, and everybody's at a different level inside of what they can pull as their last. No, this is not going to take me. It's different for everyone, and he.
Whatever that is, he's got it. You know?
Yeah, Sammy Davis had it.
Yeah, he lost basically both his hand and his arm on one side.
Yeah,
Part
part of his nose.
most of his nose.
Not a pretty guy, but made it.
Not anymore. But just shocking.
Divorced again. Yeah.
No, still married. He's still
Oh,
married.
God, I was just kidding. I know. I saw the ending.
Great makeup effects too, and,
Yes.
and really believing the pain and the anguish
Yeah.
in that.
They did a great job there.
Yeah. And the next wave of that, I have to tell you, like the movie, that's the peak. I've gone through the emotional bit with Rob and all obviously everybody else.
You've dealt with it, yeah.
And Beck is the heartwarming set up the chopper.
Get the chopper.
Get the chopper. But I'm a little bit faded. I'm losing my
are you?
steam.
You're losing
I thought the
interest?
rescue mission to save
helicopter?
him took too long.
Hey, they need
to
their
keep
time
me
to shine,
engaged.
buddy.
Yeah, I kind of moved on. I was like, I'm out with this movie.
One thing I liked about it, well, I shouldn't say liked about it. It was just an odd thing, is when Beck says, "What's Doug up to?"
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
not
totally.
how is he doing?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what's he up to?
Yep.
Just a kind of
Casual nature.
Just,
He's
that's him,
yep.
right? And so he's got his fingers in the hot water,
Yep.
and like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Says, you feel any better? It's like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Too early to tell.
Yeah. But the main issue I had for that scene, I didn't mind the helicopter coming in, lightening the load.
Sure.
Give them their time to shine, buddy. Because if you think about it, whose life is worth more? Like, that helicopter goes down because it's not supposed to be up there.
Yeah.
It can crash and that pilot is dead.
Yeah. I thought
Effectively.
the same about the Rob and Doug stuff. I was just like,
Yeah.
is this worth it?
Peach has money.
Yep.
That's the impression that I get. Makes a few phone
He's
calls.
got money too.
He's
a
doing okay
pathologist.
for himself.
Yep.
Money doesn't bring happiness necessarily, though.
It just brings life, it seems.
Yeah, yeah. It might give you a second chance here and there. But what bothered me about the ending is how it was edited. He got home way too early
Oh, okay.
to Peach.
Sure.
Just save that moment. I don't mind the scene, but save it.
Okay.
Let this whole thing
Play out.
breathe for a bit. He's not immediately home after that. Like, he's in a hospital for a while, and I'm sure he was, but
Yeah.
I need to feel that.
Sure.
And I just thought it was completely unnecessary to inject that scene at that time. It's fine 4 scenes later. It doesn't change the movie.
Yeah. Last 10 minutes of the movie, though, is that your last image? Is that what you're saying? Like, you want that to be the last image?
It would be like the second last thing before we have the pictures come up and
Okay.
and the real people.
Sure.
And yeah, just not the last scene. I don't want to end it on that one, but I don't want it yet.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. I didn't bump
didn't
on
know-
that personally.
didn't, eh?
It was
But-
fine.
Okay.
But I like the sadness of everybody returning back to the airport and seeing Jan and Helen and the weeping and guy
Yeah.
there, right? Like the sadness of the ramifications of what happened.
Yeah, that should be happening before. That's all I'm saying.
And then the last shot, sort of Rob cuddled up on the mountaintop, is an evocative, sad image.
It is. It's not a feel-good movie.
And then we get the montage, if you will, of the faces, right?
Yeah.
They talk about how 13 or so people and like
yeah, the real deals.
the real faces.
Yep.
And
I think they did a really good job of
Great
choosing.
casting.
Yeah.
really sad.
We don't give enough credit to the casting director ever.
They
in our-
finally get an Oscar this year.
Yeah?
Yeah, casting Oscar, the first time, 2026.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a month or so. Coming up.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go. As they should.
Yeah, it's I agree.
It's a big thing.
It's a very hard job
Yeah.
to find the right
And
people.
they absolutely nailed it.
Yep.
So they should go back and award it.
retroactively give it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. I was so impressed by the movie and impressed by my experience. And as I mentioned at the beginning, the ability to hook me into what I want to know more of is the best thing about not just, I mean, movies do that anyway, but particularly a true story. It's sort of like, I don't care if it's true or not. The movie works. And because the movie works, I want to know the true story and what's real and what's not and whatever else. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change my opinion of the movie or
Yeah.
my appreciation of it, let's
curious,
say.
yeah.
Even if it was complete fabrication,
Yeah.
it got me interested in Everest, in climbing. And I've watched, like I said,
do
4
it.
different documentaries. I went deep.
Let's get out there.
Yeah. So I loved it. I thought the movie was so much better than I really thought it was going to be. It's not a great movie. It's obviously not hitting those kind of levels.
Solid 7.
I would say easy, a solid 7.
7.1 on
for sure.
IMDb.
There it is.
It is right sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, not for everybody. It's
it's-
subjective, but
Yeah. It's about where I would put it, I would
Yeah.
say. But much better than I thought it was going to be. I was really
happy to hear
impressed by it. And I kept thinking about it and talking about it, if not that movie, but the Everest and the climbing and the storylines around it. Those are things that sat with me for a number of days after watching it. It made an imprint. I may put this on the shelf just as an option.
When is the last time you've ever considered putting one of my movies on your shelf?
I don't know.
If
I
ever.
couldn't tell you.
That's got to be something.
But I did own the IMAX DVD, the Everest IMAX DVD. It was on sale at the video store, but I never watched it.
I would be curious to watch this in 3D.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was released in 3D
It was,
too.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I would watch it again for that reason. I don't think it would go onto my shelf. It's interesting because my intentions for watching this movie clearly changed in the first 10 minutes. It wasn't anything what I was expecting.
You're like, I just want a cold movie.
I mean, I did get cold. So,
You
I
got
mean,
that.
that worked. So once I settled into it, watched it the second time, again, I felt anxious a lot of the time. It could be other things going on in my life at the time. I had other stuff I had to deal with today. So it was like probably not the best day to watch this movie because I was already feeling anxious. So this is not the right movie for that. But I liked the vision of the director on what he wanted to bring to the screen. Nothing's over the top. Every tense moment is tense because it feels tense, not because they're forcing this tense moment. It's happening naturally.
Sure. It all feels grounded in reality.
And I appreciate that in a movie. Ironically, I was sort of in the mood for that happy ending hero at the end, and Jake, he's gonna reel it in. Like, and I'm halfway through, like, I don't think Jake's gonna make it.
It doesn't look well.
Yeah, but for what the movie was trying to do and for what it did, I have to appreciate it. I think it's solid in all aspects: performances, cinematography, the script. I think it all comes together. It's a solid watch. it doesn't give me the feeling of something I would want to watch very often because of the sadness. It's a bit of a negative emotion that there's room for that to feel, but not.
You don't want to live with it.
I don't want to bring it off the shelf too often.
That's fair.
And I think I have enough of sad on my shelf. I have Arlington Road. I don't need.
Well, you definitely have a sad state of movies on your shelf. That part's true.
Touche.
I'll put this on the shelf, but I think part of it is that I want the 3 or 4 other documentaries that I got are probably better suited for what is on my shelf. Mm-hmm. But I love this story, and I was happy to dive into it, and the movie sparked that. So I think that's part of why I have it in such affinity.
And you're a collector, so
I do.
Special features.
Exactly.
Like
I'd be curious about that.
I get it.
How'd you film it? Like, give me an hour making of doc on this. Like, I'd be happy.
Well, invite me over. I'll watch it with you. I don't want it on my shelf. But
No. Come on over.
I'll leech off you.
Thanks, folks. We do invite you to join us every week here on Off the Shelf, and we do appreciate it as always. Please join us on the Facebook and Instagram page. And, of course, like the podcast, rate it 5 stars on your podcatcher of choice. Subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And, of course, perhaps most importantly, share it with everybody you're on the mountaintop with, up or down.
Good advice.
Yeah. Any mailmen? They might want a piece.
Any
Sherpas, Texans?
Yeah.
We take all kinds.
Yeah. No discrimination here.
Thanks, folks.
Good night.
Talk to you next week.